Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel all about life with Vijay. In the Indian mythology, there is a story about this demon Bhasmasura who had this boon from the Lord that whosoever he touches with his hands will be burned to ashes. My dear people of the world, we are nowadays turning out to be Bhasmasura no less, as we all know that the use of plastics is fatal for the health of this world, of the Mother Earth, and still we continue to use plastic day in and day out. According to the latest Greenpeace report, that the recycling of plastic in fact causes more harm to the environment than previously thought. What we have ever been fed upon is that by recycling the plastic we save our earth, but this fact is no more valid. The concept of recycling was just brought in so that these developed countries can dump their plastics in the poor developing Asian and African countries and get rid of this plastic and the hazards of plastic. Recycling and burning mindlessly were always borne by the poor people of the African as well as the Asian continents. This report is in fact an eye-opener for the developed world and the corporate world who, in the lure of more and more money, is mindlessly producing plastics. In fact, since 1950s, over 8 billion tons of plastic have been produced and is in circulation. 1 billion ton of plastic was recycled, and that too has produced this microplastics. Most of the plastics have been dumped in the deep seas, in the island of Asia and the poor countries of Asia and Africa. And these microplastics have been embedded in the soils of these countries, in the oceans of our earth, and the deep sea animals have ingested lot of plastics. Our crops, our fruits, our vegetables are full of microplastics. The result is evident for everyone to see. In the previous few years, the carcinogenic effects of plastics are widely evident. The lines in the developing world, in the cancer wards, in the cancer OPDs are increasing by the day. In fact, when we go to the cancer OPDs of any hospital, the rush there in the developing countries such as India is even more than the cough and cold OPDs. We have long waiting period for this oncology OPDs, and day in and day out people are being diagnosed with cancer, some form or the other, maybe intestine cancers, be it lung cancers, skin cancers, any cancers. And these types of cancers are primarily spread by the use of plastic. These microplastics, which are produced by recycling of plastics, are more dangerous as it can be absorbed easily by the body, it can be ingested easily by body, it can be inhaled easily by the body, and once inside the body it manifests the carcinogenic effects, and the people of the developing countries are suffering a lot due to this. A previous few years there was a meeting in Nairobi about the use of plastics and about decreasing the use, decreasing the manufacturing of plastics, and very shortly we are having this meeting of around 170 odd countries over the use of plastic, production of plastic, recycling of plastic in Paris. But ironically, the people who are suffering from the distress and the use, the dumping, as the people where these plastics are being dumped in the African and Asian countries, the developing countries, are not a part of this meeting. So what is the use of this meeting? This brings us to an important question, that till what time the developed countries will wash off their sins and dump their plastics for the developing countries to burn them, to recycle them and in turn suffer. And then this developed world, what they say is that we will give you aids, we will give you good hospitals, we will provide good treatment, and we will research for this cancer treatment. What an irony that the people who are producing, who are supposed to supposed to be the cause of this cancer, these widespread diseases that are prevalent in the developing world, are themselves researching in order to provide treatment, and as a donation they provide this treatment to the poor people of the world, whereas the cause of that distress is they themselves. It's a time for the developed world to introspect, and plastics production should be banned as soon as possible, so that we the future generations can enjoy their life on the earth. Otherwise, within no time, the survival of humankind, various animals, various birds, all the species are in danger just because humans are producing more and more plastics. Thank you so much.